Hello everybody, this is Ryan and I'm back for another weekly video. This time I want to talk a little bit about module number 2. So as you can see, I'm in our course Canvas shell. I'm going to go to modules and we're going to go down and we're going to talk about module 2 a little bit. So module 1, you learned a lot about AI and some introductions to lesson plans and things like that. Did a couple discussions. So in module 2, you'll do some of the same tasks, which will expand your knowledge a little bit more into technology integration, and we'll get into an instructional model. So, like last week, this time you'll cover chapters 2 and 3. So you need to start off with your overview. Kind of gives you an overview of what we're going to cover this week. After that, you have your to-do list. So the to-do list is very similar. You'll read chapter 2. You'll watch the videos. You'll take the quiz. Then you'll do chapter 3, read the book, take the quiz. Then you'll have a couple of discussion boards and a couple of assignments. So it's very similar to last week. Again, make sure on your discussion boards, those are critical to this course. We need to make sure that you're doing those, your initial post by Wednesday, and your follow-up posts need to be done by Sunday. You need to begin there and provide some substantial initial posts. There's some expectations in the module for what that should be, and we'll cover those in a little bit. So let's go through the rest of the module. So the first part, we're going to talk about the anatomy of a lesson. This is going to be our instructional model that we're going to utilize for this course. Now, many of you, this is your first education course, so you don't have a lot of background in lesson plan development, things like that. So we're going to use an instructional model called the anatomy of a lesson. That's kind of our basis for the work we're going to be doing. So you should read through this and open up this PDF. This PDF gives you an overview of the anatomy of a lesson. It talks about the pieces and gives you some attributes of each. So take a look at this, and you might want to print this in your notebook because we're going to be referring to this a lot. And then the rest of this piece kind of goes in and it breaks down each individual piece. It kind of gives you the part, it gives you some methods or some ideas for each one, and it talks about the importance. And really what I want you to think about as you're trying to connect these pieces to this course is how can you use technology to enhance these pieces? Where does technology fit? How can it be used to support these areas? So take a look at all these pieces. That's the first one. The next one is going to be teacher input. And again, the same structure. It talks about the pieces of it. It talks about the components, what you can do, some strategies, things like that. And again, think about how does technology fit. You'll notice when we read through these, I didn't put a lot of technology integration pieces in there because those are kind of what we're going to have to figure out, or what you're going to need to figure out. Next part is your student active participation. We call this SAP. So make sure that you're taking a look at this and where does technology fit? Again, we don't want technology to be used 100%, but there are places where it can be used to enhance what students are doing. Again, it gives you techniques and strategies to be able to do this in your classroom. And then these are ways to identify student success. This is the assessment piece. Here's your learning quiz. Take a look at that. Again, you can take these as many times as you want. Chapter 3. Then we started to get into our discussion boards. Remember, right up here it says initial post are due by Wednesday, follow-up post are due by Sunday. Here's the prompt. Here's where it tells you to read 2 or 3 of your classmates' posts. It talks about the expectations for your initial post. 2 or 3 words is what it should be. Then as you do your follow-ups, this is what you should be doing your follow-up. You should be paraphrasing what you saw. So the person that wrote it can read your response to make sure that you're interpreting it the same way they did. You can pose questions. You can do clarifying questions. You can also extend and put ideas on the table. So that's kind of how we're going to interact in discussions. And again, these are really important. This is kind of how we interact with each other. This is how we share ideas and how we grow as a group. So these are very important. That's the first one. Here's the second one. And then we get into our assignment. So here's your first assignment. Now, remember last week you learned about some AI pieces. This week you're going to start using them to develop lesson plan ideas. So I'm going to walk you through a way to utilize a AI tool to generate a lesson plan. Here's that anatomy lesson PDF. Here is some information about what you did in Module 1. Here is some work that, or some ideas that will help you to be able to generate this lesson plan. These are some prompts that will help you to be able to utilize AI effectively. Walk through this. I made a little video where I do an example, so hopefully you like that. Hopefully it helps you. And then here are some standards. If you want to know where your standards are, you can find the standards here in Kansas. If you're from another state, let me know. If you can't find them, I'll help you find your standards. And then here's your assignment, and kind of what you're going to be doing. You should, again, this is your assignment. You're coming up with a lesson plan idea. I do not want you to use AI to make your lesson plan and copy it word for word. That's really not what you're going to be doing. You're going to be utilizing it to get started to help you find an idea. So again, you're going to have 2 or 3 paragraphs. You're going to include a citation. You're going to proofread it. You're going to submit it as a PDF or Word document. So that's your first assignment. Your second assignment for this week is how you're going to be prepared to be a technology leader. So take a look at this. Hopefully you like it. If you have questions, please let me know. I'll talk to you later. Bye.